I'm Tyler.
And I'm Dane.
And this is our project. Our issue is on global climate change. The main issue is that CO2 emissions emitted from us driving and using fossil fuels is creating gas that is building up in our atmosphere and is being burned by the sun and heating up the earth.
These are affecting our environment in locations that have already adapted to their current climate, and if change occurred, it could affect the whole environment and the species living within it by changing water supplies and agricultural resources, and even their own health.
People who are specifically impacted is everyone on Earth, because heating of the Earth is melting the glaciers, and melting glaciers is increasing water elevation, which will in turn start to submerge some of our countries underwater, killing millions of lives.
Global climate change is occurring in the atmosphere. It's also occurring in oceans that absorb the CO2, and they are pumping it out into the atmosphere, back into the atmosphere.
This problem has been going on since the early 19th century. Scientists started to question if global warming was starting to become a problem, but had no evidence to this theory. By the late 1990s, scientists finally had evidence of global warming was affecting our climate.
Yeah. People using too much fossil fuels and having too much CO2 emissions, which flow in our atmosphere and start to burn because of how close they are to the sun. Because of this ozone layer is starting to diminish, which keeps the radiation out of Earth.
This problem is still at large because people don't think that it'll affect them in turn. They think that they're safe so they don't have to do anything, that other people should have to do anything, which is wrong. We all need to pitch in to solve the solution.
People have tried to use other forms of energy, such as solar panels and hydropower. Jimmy Carter even put solar panels on top of the White House until Reagan took them off and called them a joke. Obama has attempted to slow down the pollution going in the air with his Clean Power Plan. This plan was to limit the amount of pollution going into the air for U.S. carbon power generators.
Many of these strategies are helping reduce the pollution and stopping the gases into the atmosphere, but not all of them can be used in certain places. In California, they cannot get energy from water because there is a shortage of water throughout the entire state. And for every place on the earth, it is hard for solar panels to work if it is at nighttime outside.
We can start helping by making programs to spread awareness to get people to realize how big of a problem we are causing in the atmosphere, which then affects our lives.
People who are at fault is everyone on mankind, because everybody has a part in stopping global warming.
There is no price tag to solve the global climate change problem, but we can help solve the problem by reducing the amount of CO2 emissions we are emitting in the atmosphere.
If nothing is changed and nothing is stopped, we will have a catastrophic change, and it will devastate Earth due to many problems created by pollution and CO2 emissions.
And that is a wrap.